This time on the Teamfight Breakdown, I wanted to look at the deciding fight in Immortals vs. NRG, which was the game of the week for Week 2 in North America. I like this game because it was such a clear example of how you need to play against a Poke and Siege composition. We saw instantaneous decision-making and trust from Immortals, which is so rare early on in the season for a team to be this in sync. Every single time NRG would set up at a turret, they're in a position to do some huge damage. Immortals never let that happen at any point during this game. Every time NRG would set up to push a turret down, Immortals would instantly force a fight. And they would also know how to force a fight, because it's difficult to get a clean fight on a team with 2 tanks to peel and 3 squishies behind it. This fight, I want to talk about exactly how Immortals did that in a very important moment of the game to take control and ultimately lead it to victory. As you can see, NRG is pushed up towards the top lane, and if they can get this turret or even kill one of the defenders from Immortals, they could easily roll through to the rest of the base. They also saw a small window in which they can get safe damage on the turret because Pobelter was all the way on the other side of the map, and then, since they have decent wards in the jungle, they think that when they see Immortals running through, they can either peel back and kill the assassins trying to get them, or push forward and kill Wild Turtle, Adrian, and Rainover and push through the turrets. So, NRG sees the small window and decide to push up slightly. However, you can tell they're a little bit gung-shy and they're not completely on the same page. With the minion wave up, GBM is already far back. He should be up trying to poke Wild Turtle and Adrian or getting hits on the turret, or the entire team should be back and looking to find a fight onto Huni and Pobelter in the jungle. But they are split between 2 different spots, and that leads to some problems. Altec gets a single hit on the turret by the time the team actually decides to retreat. They see Lysandra and Zed on a pink ward, so it's time to run. Here though, they kind of do the worst thing. They set themselves up for all the AoE of Huni, but they do not save their squishies from being in threat range. If NRG wanted to be ideally positioned here, they would have Conquan and Impact about in this spot, but Altec, Moon, and GBM would be up towards the dead turret because they don't want to be in combo range of Huni. And this puts way too much pressure on a Conquan because he now needs to immediately pulverize the glacial path from Huni, because Huni's done this before. He takes the glacial path and flashes past the Alistair to get to the squishies, which is exactly what he does here. He actually gets enough time to get his flash off, use his W, use his Q, and then self-ult. So a full combo from the Lysandra right in the face of the Alistair. NRG needed to be respecting that play and having their squishies not within flash range, essentially, of their tanks. Assassin number 2 is in the back here on Pobelter, and he now no longer has to deal with tank peel or defensive summoner spells from Altec and Moon, who, by the way, are now both down flash. And that is basically what decided the fight, because when Huni gets all that damage down, NRG has to use their peel and their escape spells just on Lysandra. But thanks to Immortals' team composition, they have more than one flanking assassin. Such a clean, fast fight. From start to finish of the actual engage to the end of the fight when it was decided, it was less than 5 seconds. But it was all in the setup, the execution, the mind games, and the positioning. And Immortals excelled on all 4 of those counts. NRG could not properly peel or run back, and this fight broke the game wide open and kept Immortals' record undefeated.